So when you were in junior high, was there beef between the West Side and the East Side?
Actually, it was. But me, I grew up with all the dudes from the West Side. So you know what I'm saying? Until today, all of them is my best friends. I played football with all of them. But back then, it was beef. You know, the early days. You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking the early days, the early 70s maybe. Long Beach, that's how Long Beach was, the East Side and the West Side. They figure over that bridge, the West Side and the East Side, that was just two different fractions. But everybody knew everybody.
So what were they originally called when you was coming up over there on the West Side?
You had the Westbounds, you know what I'm saying? The Westbounds and the 7 Days, all of them was my partners, you know what I'm saying? They formed the 7 Days. Then the 80s came after the 7 Days, you know what I'm saying? But the Westbounds was like the biggest gang over there at that time.
So we're talking about all in the same hood over there. It's Westbound and then the 7th Day and then what they call
They got the Springdales over there is the West Coast 80s. The Springdale Apartments is the 80s, you know what I'm saying? The West Coast 80s.
And when did they come out?
I want to say they came out early 90s.
No, it had to be before that, right?
Not in the 80s, I don't.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay.
No, I say early 90s. I say early 90s, you know what I'm saying? Because the 7 Days was out. It was the Westbounds, that was during the 70s, the 80s. Then the 7 Days, you know what I'm saying? Then the 80s came after the 7 Days.
So the 80s and the 7th Days are two separate hoods?
Yeah,
Okay.
but both from Westside Long Beach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And over the years, did the beef between you guys and the West Side always continued, or as these new factions on the West Side started to emerge?
Nah, actually it did for a minute, but actually now it's more peace, you know what I'm saying? It ain't like it used to be, you know, the West Side and the East Side, because you grew up with all them dudes, you know, they function, you know what I'm saying? 20s, the main bar, the 20s used to hang out at was on the West Side, you know, over on the West Side. That was the 20s bar, you know what I'm saying? So it was always cool. You know, you might go have a little friction here and there, but people that really grew up and understand it, like me, myself, you know, dudes ain't tripping like that. We done been to the pen together and all of that. Because once you go to the pen, it ain't no north, east, west, it's Long Beach. And that's what a lot of these youngsters don't understand, man. You know what I'm saying? They be out here kicking up that dust and all this and that. As soon as they get to pen, the same nigga you be talking about, fuck that nigga, this and that, is the same nigga you gotta go to chow with to watch your back or watch you take a shower, nigga.
How thick is that Long Beach car in prison?
We stand alone, my nigga. Everybody tell you that Long Beach, it's sad though that so many of our soldiers is up in that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, niggas will tell you, anybody been in the pen, they tell you the Long Beach car, wherever they deep. Yeah, Long Beach deep. In the pen, it's the Long Beach car. You got the Compton car, you got the Watts car, you got the LA car, you know what I'm saying? That's how it is. But see, with them, you know, with Long Beach, is Long Beach is the Long Beach car. You might be from Insane, you might be from North Long Beach, you might be from 20s, but you in the Long Beach car. You know what I'm saying? All that other shit out on the street, nigga, leave it out there and it'd be a shock to them young niggas that be coming in there and gotta fall in line. You know what I'm saying? All the rules apply at the penitentiary. Ain't no 30-round guns. Ain't nothing but big knives and big muscles, nigga. Niggas in top-notch shape. You know what I'm saying? So yes, you gonna fall in line.
Now you mentioned comedian Ricky Harris.
Shout out to Rick, my nigga.
Yeah, rest in peace to Ricky Harris. How'd you meet Ricky? And the first time I remember him is he was in that movie Heat, actually.
Man, like I say, me, Ricky, Eric Frazier, all of us played football together. We played on the West Side. Our team practiced on the West Side. We was the Vidards. We played for Polly Pop Warner, you know what I'm saying? It was called the Central Division. Well, I forgot, what was it called? Central Division. Well, that was the Polly Pop Warner League back then. So we all played on the same football team. Eric was the quarterback and Ricky was the quarterback. Ricky was the backup quarterback to Eric, you know what I'm saying? And Ricky used to be out on the field clowning, and everybody used to be clowning Ricky on the field, you know, having jokes all the time. So I've been knowing Rick for the longest, you know what I'm saying?
Now, was he always like a comedian type dude?
Always. Rick would be clowning, talking about people's mothers, all him and Eric too. That was Eric too. He'll call Eric. I talked to Eric today from the pen, and he'll talk about my mama, and I'll talk about his mama, and that's just him. We've been doing that for years.
How did Ricky get involved in the entertainment business? Like, when did that become a reality for him?
When I seen Rick start hanging out with Robin Harris, that's who mentored him. You know what I'm saying? That's when I knew he was fixing to start taking it serious, when he started hanging out with those type people. You know what I'm saying? Then the Def Jam thing hit, and it was just on from there.
So Rick and Snoop kind of was working at their professional goals at the same time, almost. Huh?
Exactly. That's how Rick came in and put the twist on Snoop and them album with the comedian, you know, with W Balls and all of that. That's Rick. Yeah.
So how was their relationship? Because they did a couple things together, but they weren't always together.
No, they wasn't. You know, and you know how that goes. You know what I'm saying?
You would think that the rapper, the comedian, actor,
they would have put it together, and that's how it was supposed to go. That's how it was supposed to go. You know what I'm saying?
Would you say that Rick's career didn't reach the heights that it could have reached? Because I've seen him in a few things, but then you kind of forgot about Rick.
Yeah, because he fizzled for a minute. That's because of his health, and you know what I'm saying? He was going through a few things within himself, though. But what he did do, Rick was coming back, trying to make a comeback because he was all about Long Beach. He was trying to look out for the comedians in Long Beach. You know, that's where he was at with it. You know what I'm saying? That's what he was pushing before he passed. That he was fixing to make a push with all the comedians in Long Beach, Hank Norman, R. June Jr., all the new comedians, you know, in Long Beach. He was trying to push a new line for him. Rick was real funny, man. He was real funny. I don't think he didn't get to reach his peak. He wasn't maxed out. You know what I'm saying? He was around coming up with new ideas and all of that.
Yeah, like when Ice Cube was doing his movies, you know, not to hate on Chris Tucker or Mike Epps, but they're not from the area. I would have thought.
Man, you're right. I never thought of that.
I would have thought, hey, you know, Mike Epps is from Indianapolis, Chris Tucker's from Atlanta, but you got people right here that could have did that role. Can you imagine Ricky Harris in
He would have nailed it. He would have nailed it.
Yeah.
I think he would have been just as funny as Chris Tucker, man.
Thanks for watching StreetTV.net. If you're not subscribed, please hit that button below and click the bell to receive alerts and notifications. Feel free to comment below so you can give us your feedback, and be sure to watch the 2 related episodes to the right. If you want to support this platform or follow us on social media, visit the links in the description. And thanks for watching StreetTV.net.